नमस्कार बच्चों, welcome back to the virtual class. In the last episode we have seen about tissues, plants and animal tissues. Previous to that you must have studied the chapter motion. In today's class we will see about the equations of motion and related numericals. Children, let me recall the concepts what you have learned in motion in the earlier episode, so that which will help you to understand further course of motion in a better way. In the last episodes you must have studied what is speed and what is velocity. Can you recall what is speed and velocity? Speed of an object is the distance traveled by an object in a unit time. But the velocity has got direction. From the speed we will get only the magnitude, whereas velocity is when an object moves from one place to another in a particular direction. It is known as velocity. Both speed and velocity have same unit, that is meter per second. One more thing you must have studied about scalar and vector quantity. What is scalar quantity? Scalar quantities are those quantities which have only the magnitude, whereas the vector quantity have both the magnitude and the direction. Say for example, speed has only the magnitude, that is number, how speed an object moves. So in speed there is no information about the direction, whereas velocity, what is velocity? Velocity is the speed in a particular direction. Say for an example, a bus is moving at 30 km per hour towards north. Here north refers to the direction. So whenever we talk about velocity, there must have direction. So speed with direction is known as velocity. So both speed and velocity have same unit, but speed is a scalar quantity where there is no direction is involved, whereas velocity has both magnitude as well as direction. So velocity is considered as vector quantity. Moving further, you must have studied the average velocity and average speed. So average velocity can be found out by using the sum of initial velocity and final velocity is divided by 2. So the mean average of the initial and final velocity will give you the average velocity. So this way we have calculated average velocity. And in acceleration, what is acceleration? Acceleration is change in velocity with respect to time. Any changes takes place in velocity with respect to time, it is known as acceleration. The body has got acceleration. So the motion is said to be accelerated motion. Here in this case, the change in velocity may be regular at a regular interval. The change in velocity may be irregular. Based on this, the acceleration may be uniform or it may be non-uniform. If an object changes its velocity at a uniform rate, it is known as uniform acceleration, whereas if an object changes its velocity, that means the change in velocity with respect to time is not at equal rate. At that time the acceleration is said to be non-uniform acceleration. And in the previous section you must have studied about the uniform speed and the non-uniform speed. When an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, it is said to be in uniform speed. Whereas if an object moves unequal distances in equal interval of time or equal distances in unequal interval of time, we call such motion as non-uniform motion. So dear children, the formula of speed for finding speed, velocity, average velocity and acceleration must be by-hearted, so that you can solve the numerical problems on this chapter very easily. Now you have only 3 formulas, just you recall all these formulas and by heart it. Keep ready all these formulas so that you can do the numerical problems very easily. Now in today's class we will learn about the equations of motion. So as you have studied what is an acceleration? Acceleration is the change in velocity with respect to time, right? So as you can see that acceleration is the change in velocity divided by time. We have also learned that acceleration may be uniform or it may be non-uniform. Now in this class we will see only about uniformly accelerated motion. In the uniformly accelerated motion, initial velocity, final velocity, distance, acceleration all are depend on each other. So they are related to each other. Based on this, three different types of equations are formulated from which we can calculate, we can know the relationship between the physical quantities. Now let us see what are those equations of motion, equations of uniformly accelerated motion. The first equation is called velocity time equation. So you can see here, the first equation is v is equal to u plus at. From this equation we can find the velocity at a particular time. So this equation is also known as velocity time equation. Look at the second equation. Here s is equal to ut plus half at square. That means at a particular time, so whatever the distance covered, that can be calculated by using the second equation. Second equation is also known as distance time equation or position time equation. Look at the third equation. Here 2as is equal to v square minus u square. So this equation can also be expressed as s is equal to v square minus u square by 2a. The third equation gives us the velocity acquired by a body in traveling a particular distance. So these three equations will help us to find out distance, initial velocity, final velocity, time. So all these physical quantities can be found out by using these three equations. Now you may be asking how these equations are interrelated, how these equations are arrived. So now we will see how these equations are obtained. Let us see one by one. The first equation, that is velocity time equation, how to derive this equation we will see. So now we will derive the first equation of motion, that is velocity time equation. As we know that this equation gives the velocity acquired by an object in time t. So the equation may be expressed as v is equal to u plus at. How to derive this equation, about that we will see now. As we know that acceleration is equal to change in velocity by time, right? So change in velocity is what? Change in velocity is final velocity minus initial velocity. Here the final velocity is v and initial velocity is u divided by t. So acceleration can be denoted as a. Children, many of the time what happens, students have confusion between the initial velocity and final velocity, which letter is being used. So in order to understand it, identify it correctly, in English alphabet, which alphabet comes first, U or V? Yes, U comes first, right? So the first comes is the initial one. That means the initial velocity is denoted by the letter small letter U and final velocity is V. This way you can remember the symbols for initial velocity and final velocity. Now, here what we can do is, by rearranging the equation, we will get at is equal to t will come here, v minus u. So by rearranging once again, we can write this equation as v is equal to, this u comes this side, so minus will become plus at. So this is the equation, the required equation which we are discussing. So this way the first equation of motion is obtained. By using this equation, we can find the velocity acquired by an object in time t. I hope you understood how the first equation of motion has arrived. Now we will see the second equation, that is position time equation. Now we will see the second equation of motion. What is that? Position time equation. So which is s is equal to ut plus half at square. This equation is named as position time relation. As we know that the displacement, average velocity, can be found out by using average velocity is equal to the initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. This is the formula which we have been using for calculating average velocity. So average velocity is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. So symbolically we can write V average velocity is equal to initial velocity is denoted by the letter U plus final velocity is V divided by, right? We take this equation as 1. Now we know that the displacement can be found out by displacement is equal to average velocity multiplied by time. That means when the average velocity is multiplied by time, then we will get displacement. So here average velocity we have got u plus v by 2. From this we can write, instead of average velocity, we can write u plus v by 2 into time. Right? Now from the first equation of motion we know that v is equal to u plus at. When you substitute the value of v in this equation, what we will get, s is equal to u plus at divided by 2 into time. Solving this, 2u plus at divided by 2 into t. Once again, so t is multiplied by here 2ut plus 8t square divided by 2, which is again 2ut divided by 2 plus 8t square by 2. So this cancel out each other. S is equal to ut plus, here we can write 1 by 2 at square. So this is the equation we have got. So the second equation of motion can be derived this way. Finally we will get s is equal to ut plus half at square. Hope you understood how the second equation is arrived at. Now we will see the third equation, that is position velocity equation. 2as is equal to v square minus u square. Now we will see how this equation is derived. We know that s is equal to ut plus half at square, which is our second equation. Now we also know that here we write this equation as 1, and here we know that from the first equation, velocity time equation, v is equal to u plus at. This we take it as equation 2. Now rearranging this equation, what we will get, we try to find the value of t here. So at is equal to v minus u. U comes this side, we can write the equation like this. Then t is equal to v minus u by a. Now when you put the value of t in equation 1, so putting the value of t in equation 1, we get, what will we get? S is equal to u, in place of t what we can write? V minus u by a, then plus half a into t square. That means v minus u by a. Now we have to solve this. When we solve, finally we get a relation. That relation will be our third equation of motion. So how to solve this? V into v, v minus u square divided by a plus half a, we keep like this. Here a minus b whole square. That formula, what is a minus b whole square? A square plus b square minus 2ab. So same formula we can use here. So here we can write v square plus u square minus 2vu divided by here a square. So further solving this, what we will get? uv minus u square divided by a plus half a gets cancelled. So here we can write v square plus u square minus 2vu divided by a. So we can write it as 2a, right? 2a. So further solving this, what will we get? Here we will get 2uv minus 2u square plus here we get v square plus u square minus 2vu divided by 2a. LCM of this 2 we will get like this. Now in this equation, how we can write? A is minus vu minus 2vu and plus 2 cancel out each other, and minus 2u square plus u square will become minus u square then plus v square divided by 2a. So as this is s is equal to v square minus u square, like this we can write. So also this equation can also be written as 2as is equal to v square minus u square. So this is the relation of the position time relation. So this way the third equation of motion can be derived. Hope you understood how the third equation is derived. So based on the equations of motion, we will do some of the numerical problems. Now look at the first question. A bus starting from rest moves with a uniform acceleration of 0.1 meter per second square for 2 minutes. Find A, the speed acquired, B, the distance traveled. In this question we have to find two quantities. What are they? A, speed we have to find, and B, distance traveled. So to solve this, first we need to understand the question first, and whatever the quantities given, that has to be written first. After that we decide which formula we are going to use to solve the question. Children, always try to make the question in a graphical mode or a pictorial representation so that you can understand it before getting to solve the question. So firstly what we need to do is a bus starting from rest. That means a bus, suppose B is the bus, starting from rest moves with a uniform acceleration for 2 minutes. So a bus starting from rest, that means initial velocity becomes 0. Bus starts from a stationary position and moves with an acceleration of 0.2. So acceleration is equal to 0.2 meter per second square for 2 minutes. T is equal to 2 minutes, right? And find the speed and the distance. Now we have to find out speed and the distance. Now whatever the things given, that we write first, and later on we think what can be done, which formula could be used to solve this equation. Now initial velocity, as the bus is starting from rest, so the initial velocity becomes 0. Then A, acceleration is equal to 0.2 meter per second square. Then time is given, t is equal to 2 minutes. Now the thing what you need to find, that also be written so that you can identify which quantity need to be found out. Speed means final velocity. Initial velocity is already given as 0, so we need to find v, we have to find, and s we have to find. These two quantities need to be found out. To solve this, which formula we are going to use? We have seen three equations of motion. V is equal to u plus at. Second equation is s is equal to ut
plus half at square, and the third equation is v square minus u square by 2a.
Now, if I am using first equation, v is equal to u plus at, here any one of the quantity is not available, then that can be found out. But now see here, u is given, a is also given, t is also given. So we can find v, the value of v. So in order to get v, we can use the first equation of motion. Before going to solve any of the numerical problems, we have to see the unit of each physical quantity, whether all the units are same or not. So in order to solve this, units are to be corrected. Here time is in minute. So we need to convert this time from minute to second. How will we do? We know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So 2 minutes will become 2 minutes is equal to 2 into 60. So we will get 120 seconds. So this thing we have to be done before solving the equation. If you continue with the existing one, then you will not be getting correct answer. So here 2 minutes, which is equal to, we can write 120 seconds. So now we can start. First equation will do the job. So v is equal to u plus at, as a is given, t is also given, and v we need to find. So with this equation we can find the value. So v is equal to, in place of u we can write 0 plus a 0.2 meter per second square into time is 120 seconds. So from this we can neglect 0. 0.2 into 12 to 1224. So we will get 24. So here second gets cancelled. 1 second will be there. So 24 meter per second will be the velocity if the bus starting from rest moves with an acceleration of 0.2 meter per second for 2 minutes. Now we have found out the value of speed. Now we have to find the distance acquired in time 2. So distance can be found out by using two equations we have. S is equal to ut plus half at square. So this equation we can use. Value of u is 0 into time is 120 second plus half a is 0.2 into 0.2 into time is 120 whole square. So we can, this entire terms get 0 plus half. So by solving this we will get 0.1 into 12 14400. So we will get 1440 meter. So this will be the answer. Now look at the second question. A train is traveling at a speed of 90 km per hour. Brakes are applied so as to produce a uniform acceleration of minus 0.5 meter per second square. Find how far the train will go before it is brought to rest. That means a train is traveling at a speed of 90 km per hour. So the initial velocity of the train is 90 km per hour. Okay. Brakes are applied so as to produce a uniform acceleration of minus 0.5. Here the acceleration is equal to minus 0.5 meter per second square. So here negative value indicates that the object gets slowed down. Now see, find how far the train will go before it is brought to rest. That means rest means when the train completely stops. That means the final velocity is 0 km per hour. How far the train will go? How far means the distance we have to find out. In this question we need to find the distance, how far the train will go before it is brought to rest. Now we have to see the units, correct the units. See here, acceleration is in meter per second square, whereas the initial velocity is given kilometer per hour. So the units are different. Here it is expressed in meter, here in kilometer. Now we have to change this. Either we have to convert acceleration meter per second square to kilometer per hour square, or we have to convert this velocity kilometer per hour to meter per second. So which one will become easy for us? For us, converting 90 km per hour to meter per second is easiest one. How can we do this? So separately we will do how to convert this kilometer per hour to meter per second. So here 1 kilometer is equal to, we know that, 1000 meter. Similarly, 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. Right? So here 90 km per hour means 90 into 1000 divided by 3600. So 2 zeros get cancelled. 4 nines are 36. 10, 5. So we will get 25 meter per second. Right? But this process is very lengthy and very difficult to find. It takes time. To convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, an easy step is there. So by using that step, we can convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. What is that step? Any value of kilometer per hour can be converted into meter per second by multiplying it with 5 by 18. That means in order to convert 90 kilometer per hour to meter per second, we can write 90 kilometer per hour as 90 into 5 by 18 meter per second. 1 18s are 18. 5 18s are 90, here 25 meter per second. So you have to remember the multiplication table of 18. So whatever the conversions given, mostly the value will be the multiples of 18. So care must be taken. So better you remember the multiplication table of 18. So simply you can convert kilometer per hour to meter per second by using a one step. So this way we can convert kilometer per hour to meter per second. So we have already converted. We can write 90 kilometer per hour as 25 meter per second. So here U value is given, A is given, B is given. Which formula we will use? S is equal to V square minus U square by 2A. Here final velocity is also there, initial velocity is also there, and acceleration is there. So by using this equation we can find the distance. So S is equal to, what is V here? V is 0 minus U. What is U here? 25 meter per second whole square divided by 2 into 0.5. Here minus 25, the square of 25 is 625 divided by 2 into acceleration is minus 0.5, right? So we can write like this, which is equal to minus 1. So minus minus gets cancelled, we will get 625 meter. So this is our required answer. So far we have seen what are the three equations of motion, how these equations are derived, and we have seen some of the numerical problems. Based on today's learning, I would like to give some home assignments which you can practice at home. Here is your home assignment. In the next episode, we will be seeing about some of the numericals, left out numericals in the previous section in uniform circular motion. Till then, take care. Bye.